Don't miss any of the action at Oceanside, Chula Vista, Torrey Pines, and many more San Diego schools. Download the free UT Preps app on Google Play or the Apple App Store.
Hey there, sports fans. Christian Pedersen, David Ring. We are in the Canyonside Softball and Baseball Academy talking playoffs. They are finally here. It's the playoff edition of our baseball podcast. Got Division 3 for you right now. So we're going to get it started with the number 1 seed. David, is Coronado the odds-on favorite here?
They gotta be. Out of all these teams in this bracket, they were one of the only teams that cracked the top 10. So, I'm definitely seeing them as the leader in this division. In this top of the bracket, you got San Diego, who was the odds-on favorite to win league this year, and they definitely did a great job of winning league. So
you bring up an interesting point in San Diego. A 20-plus win team that gets a 12 seed might go down as having the biggest chip on your shoulder that you could possibly have. But that kind of puts them in an interesting place of, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And they're going to face, if they get out of that Oceanside game, which Oceanside is no cakewalk. Oceanside's a good team, scored a lot of runs up in the North County this year. They're going to have to play Canyon Crest, who you saw some Canyon Crest games this year.
Definitely.
They fought through some adversity. That's a log jam at that top half of the bracket, and we haven't even discussed the fact that Modern Day and Brawley are both in there.
Right.
So a lot of talent going on.
Just to mention CCA, I mentioned them as being real sneaky in league. I mean, they play in one of the toughest leagues possible. So to play against RB, Torrey Pines, all these teams where you're facing really good pitching, it's really going to make them competitive as far as playing some of these teams. And they've got like Alex Reto, Arjun Nicini, guys that are really hitting the ball, RBI guys. They got some pitching. I definitely see CCA as my dark horse, since they've been my dark horse all year. They are sneaky when it comes to playing tough teams.
I don't know if a team that gets the bye the first shot could be a full-blown dark horse, but I like the confidence. Bottom half of the bracket, let's give a huge shout-out to Hilltop, / a huge shout out to all three of us for picking Hilltop to win their league and get there, but congratulations to them. They're set up kind of nicely because Olympian and Mount Carmel are going to have to duke it out and maybe drain their best pitcher, giving Hilltop a great shot at moving on. One shout out though to the Mount Carmel game. We got to say that all eyes will be on Daniel Cope and their backstop and whether or not he can help live up to the hype. If you want to know more about him, we've got an interview with him on our website from our show. But that should be a lot of fun to watch. My big question, though, Dave, on the bottom half of the bracket, Escondido.
Yeah.
They kind of had an interesting thing going on this season. A lot of big wins, or a lot of wins, but not necessarily that signature big win on the road against somebody or a higher division. If they don't make it to the finals, is this all for naught?
Well, they came in as the number 2 seed, which congrats to you guys. That's awesome. You guys had a great year. I think with a couple wins in the playoffs, this season could be possibly one of you guys' best seasons in recent history. And so making it as the number 2 seed is the first goal. If I'm the coach, now you guys got to win some games and really justify all the wins you've had this year. I mean, you guys could end up playing Del Norte, could end up playing Hilltop, San Diego. I mean, there's a lot of teams in here that you get a W against these guys, and you start hearing us talk about them a lot more, put them in our top 10s and stuff like that.
It'll be one of those things that grows exponentially with each win. Escondido's looking at, they've already had a great season, a top all-time season in school history, but it's only going to grow and grow with each playoff win that they can get. So really interesting to watch how they can solidify it, because they're going to have to get through some really good teams to get there.
Yeah.
They're going to play the winner of Calexico, Del Norte, so congratulations to both of those teams making it. Pretty set bracket. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I will definitely have to be out at some of these games.
Did want to mention one more thing about CCA that's pretty impressive. They did have a coaching change midway through the season, and these guys still ended up grabbing that number 4 seed and
fighting through the adversity.
Not really letting it affect them. You got to give props to the coaches that took over the team and the players that
can be an impossible adjustment to make sometimes.
Yeah.
So not missing a beat, getting the 4 seed.
Totally.
Congratulations to them and to all the teams that made it to the playoffs. Be sure to play along with us on our Pick'em game, test your knowledge of the brackets, and we will see you out there on the diamond. Thank you very much, guys. Tune in next time.